Yo, what is going on, everyone? First things first, you probably noticed we're doing things a little bit different. I'll talk more about that later. Today, I wasn't going to talk about it. I didn't want to talk about the recent insurrection on the Capitol. It's vile. It's disgusting. There wasn't much more to say. And then I found out a friend of mine was there. Hey, everybody, my name is Tony P. I hope you are doing well. Thank you for checking out this video. So as I mentioned before the jump, a friend of mine was at the Capitol insurrection. Just got a phone call in the middle of my video that we're going to decline. Probably calling about my car insurance. A friend of mine was at the Capitol insurrection. Went in the Capitol and everything. What? Let me clear up. When I say friend, is a dude I've known probably for 20 or 25 years ago, maybe, man. I met this dude and we've been friends since. Now, when I say friend, I don't mean like my BFF. He's not my homie, but he's somebody, man. If I saw him out and about, I'd say, hey, what's up? How you doing? We'd stop for a minute. We would chat. This dude's into a lot of music, man. I would support his music. All in all, up until recent, a normal, regular, decent dude. I will add this. I'm definitely not going to tell you his name. I'm not going to lead anything into that. I don't want anyone harassing this person, but they have already been reported to the FBI. All of these Capitol break-ins and stuff, they posted it on their Facebook, which I'm not going to get into the social media and people not thinking. But this particular person who I'm mainly talking about today, posted it on his Facebook. People have since reported him to the FBI. So it doesn't matter who he is. That part is being taken care of. How does somebody go from, here, like, oh yeah, man, pretty cool, dude, what's up, to breaking into the Capitol? So as I mentioned, we are Facebook friends, and that's how a lot of people keep in touch these days. But I noticed, like more and more weird, crazy, extremist posts, a ton of QAnon stuff. And the worst part wasn't like, oh, check this out. But when people would push back and would say anything, like, it's always brushed aside. There's no discussion. You can tell with certain people, they're just solely single focused on whatever lie that they're hearing and being fed. When people are being told lies, they don't think for themselves. They just choose to believe whatever they want to believe. And I think that was the case with this dude. Something else I'll add, I am not a professional psychologist, psychiatrist, economist, none of that stuff. So this is just my opinion of what I think happened with this person. I don't know the science behind it. I just know what I've seen and how it went down. So cut to a few years ago, interestingly enough, I was at a presentation at our local college and we were talking about terrorists, and people that sacrifice themselves and make bombs and stuff. And my question then, and something that's always fascinated me to this day, is how do people go from A to Z? Do you go from 0 to 60? Like one day, you're just like, I don't agree with this. And then the next day you're storming the Capitol. Like that doesn't happen. Nobody just wakes up one day and decides they want to do that. So what fascinates me, as with most cults, and that's what I'm calling this, I'm considering this a cult-like atmosphere and cult tactics. And so, again, fascinated. I've watched a few things on cults. And what the cult does, or the God figure, whoever it is, they slowly get you. They find something that's bothering you, and they'll help you with that. And, hey, we got you. We'll take care of you here. And we'll take care of you there. And then it becomes, one hand washes the other. We need you to do this. We need you to do that. And slowly, through what most people think is for a greater good, you go down this path, this route of insanity. And then when you look back, you're like, what the hell happened to this person? They weren't always this insane. And that's the same thing that happened here. As just based on social media postings, I could see like, man, this sucks. This dude's kind of going crazy. And you can tell, like, we were here. Okay, all right, whatever, cool. Yeah, man. And then it's like, oh, you're really crossing the line. You're kind of lost it. And then once people step over that line, then they're just gone. Like, it's over. For me, when it was Antifa. That's usually the line for me. Like, oh, well, they're gone. I'm not gonna chat with this person any longer. Now, again, I'm only talking about this one particular person in particular that I know. How many times can I say particular in one sentence? It was particularly particular. This dude, through the course of since I've known him, and as he got older, let's just say, did a lot of drugs. Not just, I'll do some drugs. A lot of drugs, like too many drugs. And our mutual friends, they've said like, yeah, that might have been kind of where things went wrong, where the brain chemistry just stopped working right. And that's what a lot of this is. Like, anyone with half a brain, you're like, that's not right. Storm the Capitol? Kill some police? No, most normal people, that's not right. But when there's something off, something wrong, and in this case, possibly drugs, your brain doesn't tell you that. You don't have that voice inside you going, hold up. And again, I'm just speaking on him, but with a lot of people that join these cults, and again, I keep coming back to that, because that's what this is. It is a cult mentality. And people that join cults, they all have their own particular little window of opportunity to slide in there. With this particular friend, maybe it was drugs. Maybe that's where his mind was off. But other people have their own problems. We all have problems. But then the cults come along and find just the little thing to get in there, to get in and stay in like a worm and then just start eating away. To me, this is no different than Jim Jones had the cult that, is most known for everyone drank Kool-Aid and died. That's where the term drank the Kool-Aid came from. Although it was actually Flavor Aid. I know the Kool-Aid people are like, you need to get this right. It wasn't Kool-Aid, it was Flavor Aid, but the term drink the Kool-Aid, and a bunch of people died. He was like, hey, drink this Kool-Aid. They started dying, and they continued to do it because that's how brainwashed they were. David Koresh, which was more recent in my lifetime, the dude thought he was Jesus or God or something. I don't know, man. They had that big standoff in Oklahoma, maybe? Then there was this dude, the O Show. He was in Oregon. I want to say that was early 80s. Convinced a bunch of people, again, that he was, a lot of it is religious, but not always. But he convinced people he was like a god or something. And all these people moved to Oregon and like they founded their own city, And if you want, there's a documentary about it on Netflix. And the people the whole time are like, this is garbage. You got to get these people out of here. And it slowly builds. And in that particular case, led to like a giant standoff with police, and people died and people got shot. And then it gets sad whenever you can see it coming. And then it always reaches a bitter, sad ending for people that weren't always crazy. Like at this point, they deserve it, but they weren't always this bad. And I just don't get it. I don't understand how people go down that slope. So I don't want you to think I'm showing any sympathy for these people. I want them to get them. I want to get all of them. Because you can't do that. You can't break into the capital of the United States and try to change a vote. That's insanity. Suffice to say, a lot of people probably should have already been shot, but that's a different topic for a different video. Someone mentioned to me, a friend of mine said, I really hate to hear this is someone but I hope they throw the book at him. And I said, you know what? I agree 100%. So yeah, this was somebody I know. Like I said, not a BFF, but somebody I would at least say, hey, what's up to? But I really do hope they get convicted to the largest extent of the law. All of them. I can't pick and choose just because I knew this person. My friend's crazy. The other people are crazy. They all need to face the consequences. And my friend being the same. Last I heard, just over the summer, there was a law passed that any damage to like public monuments or anything, there's like a 10-year sentence. So that looks like the minimum people are probably facing, if not more. So get them, get all of them. I don't care. My friend included. I hate to hear it, man. If one day you're watching this video, you know what you did, homie. And I hate to hear it. I normally end all of my videos with do your best to be your best. And that's particularly extra today. Come on. Storming a place and breaking in and trying to force a law and hurting people. At the end of the day, man, hurting people, everybody with half a brain knows that's not you being your best self. So everybody else, for them, it's too late. They have already not done their best to be there. So until next time, y'all, do your best, be your best, and I will see you then.